What do fussy babies and ADHD have in common? We hear from so many parents who were told, don't worry, your baby will grow out of colic. But here's the truth. Babies don't just grow out of colic. They grow into something else. The endless crying, back-arching, sleepless nights, those aren't just phases. They're signals from your baby's nervous system that something deeper is going on. From the very beginning, Violet struggled. In the hospital, she was inconsolable, crying through the night and into the day. At home, it didn't stop. Her face would turn purple, her fists were clenched tight, her little body was stiff and rigid. Grace, her mom, described it as if Violet was in pain that no one could help. Doctors reassured her it was normal, that Violet was just adjusting to the world. But deep down, Grace knew this wasn't normal. Violet would cry for hours at a time, only with short breaks in between. Nothing brought relief. Everything began to change once Violet started neurologically focused chiropractic care. Grace noticed her whole demeanor shift. Instead of living in constant cycle of crying, Violet became calm, happy, and content. When Grandma watched her one day, she couldn't believe it. Violet didn't cry once the entire time. Now Violet is engaging more, eating better, and sleeping more peacefully. For the first time, Grace feels hope because Violet's nervous system is finally unwinding and it's healing. The science behind colic. Colic isn't just gut, it's the nervous system. Most people think colic is gas, reflux, or food sensitivity, but digestion is controlled 100% by the nervous system. If that system is stressed, digestion gets stuck. So there's a major nerve called your vagus nerve that runs from the brainstem through the top of the neck into the stomach and the intestines. Birth trauma interventions often stress this nerve, leaving babies like Violet stuck, arching their backs, clenching their fists, crying for hours. Birth trauma is a hidden trigger for these babies. Nearly every colicky baby we see experienced intervention. C-sections, forceps, vacuum, or they've been induced. These place tensions on their upper neck where the vagus nerve begins. Even stress during pregnancy can load tension in the baby's nervous system in what we call the perfect storm. Here's what we see over and over again. Colic is from 0 to 6 months, and then they'll usually grow into chronic ear infections around 6 to 18 months. Speech delays between 18 to 36 months, and then it leads into sensory struggles from ages 3 to 5. ADHD and anxiety from ages 5 to 10. This is a consistent path and pattern and timeline that we see in kiddos that have had stress stuck on their nervous system. This stress that started as colic in infancy often resurfaces years later as bigger, harder challenges. Then the colic didn't vanish, it transforms. Violet's story shows what happens when we stop covering up symptoms and instead release the stress and the tension stuck in the nervous system. Your baby doesn't need to wait and grow out of it. We want them to be shifting into a much more regulated and thriving space. At Cultivate, we use advanced insight scans to find where the stress is stored and gentle chiropractic adjustments to restore calm and regulation. If you're exhausted from trying everything, colic drops, diet changes, sleepless nights, and still watching your baby struggle, you're not failing. You're just missing the most important piece of the puzzle. We really encourage you to click the link in our bio, comment below, or DM us to schedule your baby's neurological evaluation at Cultivate in Indian Land. Your child may be stuck in stress pattern, and we know how to help get them unstuck. That's what your family deserves: hope, answers, and help. And at Cultivate, we look forward to serving your family.